Today we're going to be talking about how to add a timer in OBS. So if you are doing a Google Meet or some sort of Zoom for class, your students can see a timer in your camera window. So first of all, you're going to open up OBS Studio. That's this program right here. If you haven't installed it, there's a video that I've made that's all about how to set up OBS Studio for the first time. So you're going to open up OBS Studio. You're going to select the appropriate scene. I have a whole bunch of scenes here for different situations that students might be in or that I might want to have during class. I have one for just a general Chicago background, one about break time, etc., etc. I'm starting a new scene. You can add a new scene by clicking on this little plus arrow or remove one here. You can also reorder them. Most of what we do is going to be here in this Sources panel. Sources, you could think of it like layers in Photoshop. They're different visual elements that you want in your video screen when you are in your Google Meet or your Zoom. So the first thing I'm going to add is myself. If I click on plus, I'm going to select Video Capture Device. Because I've already selected my camera in a previous scene, it's already here, so I'm going to do Add Existing Video Capture Device. If you have multiple cameras, you might want to add another one, or if you, for example, haven't added a camera yet at all, you're going to go to Create New, and it's going to look like this. You're going to select yours. Because I've already added mine, I'm going to remove this one and add Video Capture Device and select my existing one. And there I am. Let me move myself down to the corner here. Now, if I want to add a timer, I need a timer to add. The way I'm going to do that is by installing a program on my computer. You can choose any program. If you have an hourglass or a timer program that you've already used, continue using that one by all means. So I am going to use a program called Hourglass. Here it is. You can get it at this website. And you're going to click on Free Download. And it's going to download the program here. I'm going to install it. I've already installed it, so I'll just cancel this installation. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start it up. I've started the Hourglass program. Again, you can use any program here. And this works on Mac and Windows, and I believe Linux. I'll start a 10-minute timer. Let me move this over here. The next thing I'm going to do is add another source. This source is going to be a program. So I'm going to do Window Capture. And I'm going to select a new window capture. And here I'm going to pick an open window. And there it is. Now for mine, window match priority, I usually do match title, otherwise find window of the same executable. If you have an external program, you want to look for an executable. If you're doing a Chrome window or something like that, you might want window title must match. So if I click, I'm going to turn off capture cursor. I don't want it to show my cursor when I go across it like that. So I'm going to turn off capture cursor, and then here we go. Now I'm going to rename this Hourglass Timer. Now, if I reset this, if I pause it, it's going to pause here. Let's open up Google Meet. So here's a Google Meet, and you can see that my students, if they were in this meeting, let's resume this. If they were in this meeting, they would see this timer here. Let me resize this a little bit. Now, if I resize this hourglass window, for example, if I maximize it or I make it bigger, it's going to resize here too. So make sure you always keep the size the same. You can resize it within OBS Studio, and that will resize it here. Now let's say I want it behind my head. I can reorder my sources. Think of these like layers in Photoshop. I'm going to drag this down here, and then you can see it's kind of behind me. I can even make it much bigger. Drag it up like this. Make it take up the whole window pretty much. I'll leave it like this so you can see my head and you can see all of the text. So then you have a nice timer in your Google Meet. Let's say you want to stop, you can stop it. If I want to get rid of this, OBS knows not to show this window if my Hourglass program isn't open. So if I close it, it disappears. If I bring it up again, it's going to magically appear. Window capture in OBS is smart enough to know that when the program is open, it should display that window. I can also add a colored background. So if I click on Add and go to Color Source, I can create any new color source. Let's call it green. Then I can select the color. Using this handy dandy color picker, I can use basic colors. I can even pick a color from the screen. Let's say I want this blue over here. Bada bing, bada boom. There is, that's not green, but we'll pick that green. And then I have a brand new source here. Of course, this is currently on top, so I'm going to drag it down. Let's pick another color. Let's pick blue. And there you go. If I open Hourglass, I have my Hourglass here, and I have my background, I have my video capture, and in my Google Meet, anyone can see that there's new stuff there. And in my Google Meet, anyone can see that the timer is 9 minutes and 44 seconds. Hope this was useful. Thanks for watching.